Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Return of the Fandom, where we'll be doing book reviews and posting general Star Wars content. Our first book review will happen to be Star Wars Darth Bane Path of Destruction, authored by Drew Karpshian. As this book first begins, it automatically gives us an origin piece of who Darth Bane was before he became the Dark Lord of the Sith. Set nearly 3,000 years before Darth Revan, Darth Bane, or known as Dezel, was actually a miner on the planet of Arpatnatos. And hearing tales of passing Republic transport ships and pilots and soldiers, Dezel's interest in the dark side was actually piqued, considering he had already felt the touch and taste of the dark side throughout his life. Due to circumstances that were out of his control, he was forced to leave Arpatnatos and in fact enlist in the Sith army. In noticing his force abilities in service to the Sith army, Dark Lords of the Sith had taken Dezel to the planet of Korriban to be further trained by the Brotherhood of Darkness. Spending much time on the planet of Korriban, Darth Bane learns much of the Sith. However, he is left with a hunger for more, a desire of unquenchable knowledge. As you continue to read this novel, you begin to understand just how powerful knowledge can be as a tool for the Sith. Continuing to read, I was drawn into the amount of detail that Drew put into Bane's character. Essentially, what I mean by that is the amount of brutality, the infliction of pain Bane put into his enemies. It creates an atmosphere ripe for the dark side. Seeing Darth Bane uproot the Brotherhood of Darkness and learning why essentially blew my mind. However, I'm not going to mention why he did so because, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. However, just know that I have read countless novels, countless Star Wars novels, each of them being phenomenal. However, this novel of Darth Bane learning who he was through his origin story, where he came from, how he gained his strength, how he gained his force abilities, it creates a new atmosphere. That atmosphere being separate entirely from the trivial Sith we've seen in the Skywalker saga. It goes so much deeper into the lore of how the dark side perceive the Force and how they use it as a tool instead of being used by the Force as how the Jedi perceive it. For first-time readers, this has to be the novel of my personal recommendation for my library if you're wanting to learn more about the lore of the dark side and essentially how Bane implements his plan of the Rule of Two. Not only as a Star Wars fan, but as a writer, I learned so much from this novel. From the lore itself, it is packed with hundreds of pages worth of lore, worth of instances where you learn of where the dark side came from, how putrid it is in all its glory. And speaking about glory, knowledge is glorious to Darth Bane, as here in an instance you will learn in this book of a secret weapon he learns from his predecessor Darth Revan. And of course I can't mention what type of weapon it is, considering that is the major plot of the story. But I will say this, it will blow your mind, no pun intended, considering what kind of weapon it is. If you've noticed the length of this video compared to other book review channels, I'm not going to deep detail, so to speak, on this video. Reason being because there are people who still haven't read this novel. As the fandom is growing every single day, there are people who are interested in these books who haven't read them, and I greatly have to consider that fact. However, I will be making a follow-up video where I will go deeper into this novel, digging up the details, talking about the plots, talking about all the spoilers. It will be marked in the video title as spoilers, so you would know which videos to stay away from. I will give this book a whopping 10 out of 10 stars. I would give it an 11 if I could. However, I just love this novel so much because it filled me with so much emotion and passion about the dark side and where it came from, its origins, and it's just something I need you all to read so you can understand where I'm coming from. And if you have read it, then you exactly know where I am coming from. So those are my thoughts on the novel Darth Bane, Path of Destruction. It is a prized possession in my library of novels, and I really hope one day, if you do get your hands on it, to give it a read, even a reread, because there's so much packed in this book that you will miss some on the first time over. I sincerely thank you for taking your time out of your day to listen to this book review. It means the world to me. If you haven't done so already, please consider giving me a subscription and, if possible, also a like. Again, I thank you so much. May the force be with you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.